You know, I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I got offered the sweet job as a YouTuber. Pay's not good, you know, hours might be a bit longer, but, you know, I spend more time at home, it's a bit safer. Really, it's more of a stable career. I have more opportunities in the future because of all these skills. Yeah. Frankly, I got off lucky. You know, most adventurers don't get off this lucky. I met a guy in Winterhold, you know, he took an arrow to the knee. Alright, this print was 7 hours, 52 minutes, and 14 seconds long. I printed it with black PLA filament. All prints went nice the first time, however I did switch the orientation on some of the prints to reduce the level of support material needed. Now this is a really cool blade. It was made by Rooney, not on Thingiverse, but on a website called My Mini Factory. Whereas Thingiverse has kind of prints for everything. It's got like utility, some cool fan builds, which are kind of like what I've been printing, and just some kind of house decorations. My Mini Factory seems to be more built like things like this, in the Stormtrooper helmet and Ender Dragon, just huge, well other than this huge, but huge like fan builds, and they're really cool. I'll probably be using it a bit more in the future. And plus, not this particular print, but you can purchase some of the 3D prints if you don't have a printer yourself. They're a bit expensive, but not as expensive as a 3D printer. But anyway, this is the Daedric Dagger from Skyrim. It is the length about from my fingertip with hands outstretched to right where my elbow, the inside of my elbow is, so it's a pretty long blade. You don't even have to be a Skyrim fan to appreciate the dagger. It looks amazing in real life as well. Personally, I've never actually seen the Daedric Dagger from the game, though I have played it. And it's just a really cool, menacing looking blade. It does lose a little bit, like you can't see as many of the details without the red highlight that it has in-game, but I think my painting it would make it look worse off rather than better. It's a total of 5 parts, but there you go. It's a little bit of a close-up of the detailing. I do have one really minor nitpicky complaint, and that's that the handle, personally, I know I have a bit smaller hands than most, but the handle to me seems just like a titch too scaled up. I don't know if it's like bigger than it should be or what exactly, but the handle can feel a bit off. But I don't tend to like swing around and play with most of my prints, and this looks incredible on my wall, and that's fine by me. As you can see, it's got a nice balance as a knife, which I guess is a nod to Bethesda knife designers and the guy who made this. It's got a nice swing to it if you want to be that kind of person with it. Personally, I don't want to like risk the glue spots. It is a total of 5 pieces and does need glue. I don't think I said that yet. It is a knife. Now, I haven't tried to actually stab anyone or anything with it, but it's actually really sharp. Like kind of poking it around, especially when it was first printed. The tip has gotten a titch less pointy just because that's how it is. But I've like managed to cut myself a few times with these, whatever you'd call them, like spikes on the actual blade. Right there, that's designed to tear through flesh. That, even in plastic form, ow, that can poke you a bit. So keep away from children's eyes, and children in general, probably. This knife will probably make me feel a bit easier if I have to spend a night at home, because, like, that, ow, that will do some damage right there. And if not, it looks really, really intimidating. Now, I know pain isn't really something that can be recorded, but I can actually cut pieces of my hair by doing that. So, it's a sharp knife. I'm not saying to print this as a utility knife, because that wouldn't work, but it fulfills its purpose as a menacing devil blade. And I don't know what it is, but the coolest 3D printed things I see on both My Mini Factory and Thingiverse are always the weapons. I have no clue how well they're being picked up on camera, but as you can see, you've got the intricate little curly designs running along the whole blade, the blade part of it at least. And while this blade doesn't have as much of a knife feel as some of the other things I've printed, like the Darth Vader lightsaber was probably the best for weight, it still feels nice to hold, and as I said, like slash with, as much as I feel like that's something is just gonna fly off. One of the glue pieces is gonna snap any second now. This is a really nice print, really intricate design, and it is another great addition to my collection and my weapon rack, which I've decided to start right along that little dip in my ceiling that you can't see. But yeah, it looks really nice hanging on my wall next to my calendar. I think that's pretty much all I have to say about this demonic little blade. So, alright, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider liking and sharing it. Subscribe so you can catch all the amazing robotics, electronics, and 3D printing projects I have planned. Thanks for watching.